I'm Las Vegas bankruptcy attorney Ryan Alexander. If you're considering Chapter 7 or Chapter 13 bankruptcy, we're going to have to fill out a questionnaire together that will include all of the information needed for your filing. Alright, well, let's get started on the questionnaire here. The first things we're going to need are your name, social security number, date of birth and age, and your current address. And actually, we'll need your addresses for the last 3 years. We'll also need your spouse's social security number and date of birth, so if you don't know those offhand, please bring those with you. Bring your social security card with you so that we can make a photocopy of it. We're going to ask you if you've ever filed bankruptcy before. What's your current employment? Where are you working? How much are you earning at that job? How long have you been there? I'll also need your spouse's employment information and her salary information as well. We'll also discuss whether you're receiving any government benefits or retirement right now. We'll break down your income month by month for the last 6 months. We're going to discuss your home. When did you buy your home? How much did you pay for it? What are your mortgages on it? Do you have any other real estate on it, and if you have any other mortgages on those properties, I'll need the information from those as well. I'll need your bank statements for the last 6 months on all of your accounts, including shared accounts with family members. I'll need those too. Even if the money belongs to the family member and it's not yours, I'll still need the bank statements for that, and we'll still need to disclose that even if it belongs to somebody else. Next, we're going to make a list of all of your personal property, and this includes your clothing, your furniture, appliances, computers, TVs, guns, jewelry, art, collectibles. Now, you're not going to lose any of those things unless you have anything of really extraordinary value, because Nevada has pretty high exemptions that allows you to keep a lot of stuff. But we have to list it all. Then we're going to talk about your cars or trucks, including the make, model, mileage, the value of it right now. We're going to go over whether you have life insurance or a 401k or IRA, certificates of deposits or savings accounts, treasury bills, stocks, bonds. We're going to discuss insurance, life insurance, machinery and tools, business inventory, business shares in an LLC or a corporation or partnership. We're also going to discuss your animals or pets. Are you owed any commissions from your job if you have a sales job, or if you're a realtor, or do you have any pending commissions? If you're an insurance agent, do you have any annual renewals that you're entitled to? Those are considered assets of the bankruptcy estate. Are you the beneficiary of a future trust or future interest in a trust? Next, we're going to discuss any debts that might not be on your credit report. Now, when you sign up with us, we're going to order your credit report, but we need to get everything else that's not on the credit report: medical debt, doctor's bills, hospital bills, or payday loans or title loans will not be on your credit report. So those are the things that we'll need listed there on our questionnaire. Do you have insurance on all of your vehicles or homes? Do you owe anyone wages or salary? Have you given anyone any money to buy any property that they didn't buy? Or have you been given any money to buy any property that you didn't buy? So you borrowed money but didn't complete a transaction. Has the government said that you were overpaid on any benefits such as unemployment or Social Security? Are there any co-signers on any of your accounts? Have you co-signed for anyone else's accounts? Do you have anything financed through a finance company? Do you have a payday loan, title loan, or check cashing service loan? Do you have a student loan, or have you co-signed on anyone else's loans, like your kids' loans? Do you have a credit card that you've used in the last 90 days? Have you taken any cash advances in the last 90 days? Have you filed your taxes for this year? Did you get your refund already? Do you owe any taxes to any state or government agency? Have you broken any contracts for any rental agreements? Do you need to include any evictions on your credit report that we need to clear up? Because the bankruptcy will get rid of those. Have you repaid any creditor more than $600 in the last 90 days? In the last year, have you given any money to any family, friends, or quote-unquote insiders? The bankruptcy court is very, very careful if you have been giving money to any close relatives or friends because they don't want you to be hiding assets. Do you have any lawsuits against you? Do you have any reason to sue anybody? Do you have any felony criminal charges or convictions? Have you had any money garnished out of your bank accounts or any accounts frozen by a credit union or bank because of a debt? Do you have anything attached or sold at a sheriff's sale or any levies on any property? Have you had any foreclosures on any homes? Have you had anything repossessed or voluntarily returned, such as a vehicle, or have you returned a lease that you still owed money on? Does anyone else have any of your property? So this would be your property, but someone else has it. So a car that's in your name or it's yours, but a family member is using it. Is anything in the possession of a court-appointed trustee or receiver? Has anything been given to a pawn shop or sold at a pawn shop? Or do you have anything in a mechanic's garage that has a mechanic's lien on it? Have you sold or transferred any real estate in the last 4 years, or made any gifts over $10,000 in the last 4 years? Have you given any donations to churches, nonprofits, or charities in the last 12 months? Have you had any losses due to fire, theft, or gambling in the last year? Did insurance pay you any money for any of those losses? Have you paid any other attorneys or debt consolidation companies for any of the debts you're including in this bankruptcy petition? Have you transferred any property into a trust or a family limited partnership in the last 10 years? Have you closed any bank accounts in the last 12 months? Do you have a safe deposit box? Have you had a bank take a payment on a credit account with that same bank without them asking you? That's called a set-off. So if you have a credit account and a deposit account and they just went and scooped a payment out, has that happened in the last 90 days? Do you have a joint bank account with anybody other than your spouse, like most commonly would be an elderly parent or a child? Do you hold any property in your name, such as a vehicle for a family member, but it actually belongs to the family member? Who and what will need that information? Do you have anything leased or rent to own? Do you have anything financed through a jewelry or furniture finance company? Do you owe any child support or alimony under a court order? Have you been divorced before, and if so, what's the name of your prior spouse? Has any of your property been marked as a pollution source by the government? Now, that's an uncommon situation, but they want to know if you have any property that is a hazardous waste site or something in case the trustee needs to take it over. Business owners, have you had a business in the last 6 years? If so, we'll need a profit and loss statement for this year, year to date, month by month. So we'll need a month by month all the way through whatever month of the year we're in. And then we'll need a full year profit and loss for last year's taxes. We'll need a balance sheet and inventory list as of today. We'll need to know who your bookkeeper is. We'll need 12 months of bank statements on the business accounts. And we'll also need a complete list of all current and former partners, officers, directors, and shareholders. Next, have you had a car accident in the last 4 years? Have you already received any settlement money if you have had a car accident in the last 4 years? If not, what are the details of that? Are you going to inherit anything from life insurance, a will, trust, or estate in the near future? Next, we're going to discuss your household budget information. When do you get paid? Is it weekly? Is it bi-weekly? Are you a W-2 employee? Is your job subject to seasonal changes? Do you receive any alimony, child support, or any other support from any family members that you get on a regular basis? We'll need a list of all of your dependents and their ages and whether they live with you or not. We'll get a breakdown of any government benefits that you receive, such as unemployment, Social Security disability, or food stamps. Lastly, we're going to break down all of your monthly expenses. You're going to list out all of the things that you spend money on. Now, for most clients, that's not going to qualify you or disqualify you for bankruptcy. However, the court will want to review that. The trustee that's reviewing your case is going to take a look at this to make sure that there's nothing out of order. In a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, this is even more important because your payment plan will be calculated based on what we propose on your monthly expenses or what we show for your average monthly expenses. and you'll have to show that there's some available. Now in Chapter 7 you don't need to show that there's anything available. In fact, most people calculate that they're spending all of their money or even more than they have. And that's fine in a Chapter 7. But Chapter 13, being a payment plan, we need to show that you can afford to pay something back to the court. So that is all the information. You bring this in, we'll go over that. You're going to answer all the questions I just asked you, along with 3 years tax returns, 6 months bank statements, 6 months pay stubs, life insurance, 401k or IRA statement, and if you've been divorced in the last 4 years, we'll need a divorce decree. From that, we'll be able to get your bankruptcy ready in about 1 week. And if you have any other questions, give me a call. Ryan Alexander. I'm at 222-3476. That's 702-222-FIRM.